Hi, my name is Christy Hopkins. I'm Vice President for Enrollment here at McPherson College. And today I have with me three of the faculty members of the business department. So we're going to talk a little bit today about what it's like to be a student here at McPherson College and majoring in business. So to start with, if I could have each of you introduce yourselves and what's the area that you teach in within the business department?
Sure, I'm Rod Gieselman, chair of the department, and I teach primarily finance classes, also some accounting.
Very good.
I'm Lindsay Godfrey, and I teach mostly in the marketing department, a little bit with HR and the management side of things as well.
And I'm Ann Smith, and I teach the Principles of Economics classes, the Business Law classes, and then an advanced economics class called Money and Banking.
Very good. One of the things I'm really impressed with our business department is you all. And so I know that each of you come from a professional background, and I wondered if each of you would share a little bit about what your background was before you came to McPherson College, before you started teaching at McPherson College.
Sure, I graduated from college with a finance and economics degree and started out as an entry-level accountant and worked my way up, working in various divisions for the same company, eventually to be the CFO of a $250 million company.
Awesome.
Okay, and so I graduated with an undergraduate degree in economics, and I later got my MBA. I worked in 30 years in various accounting and investment management roles in Colorado.
Very good.
I graduated from McPherson College, a dual emphasis major in business with management and marketing. And my blanket answer is that I started working in healthcare, and I stayed there for 10 years in healthcare marketing. But to be a little bit more specific about that, I saw both for-profit and not-for-profit sides of marketing, as well as the generalized healthcare, a public restaurant, public fitness facilities, as well as a retail storefront. So all of that was under the umbrella of healthcare marketing, but I saw various avenues within marketing there.
That's great. I think that's just so fortunate, and our students really have a great opportunity to study with you all, especially given that real world experience that each of you bring to the department. So I think it's always important to share some of that background so that our students have an idea of who they're studying with. So Rod, would you mind starting and give us an overview of the different emphasis within the business departments and the opportunities for studying business at McPherson College?
Sure, our degree overall is business administration. And within that business administration all students are going to take economics, basic accounting, marketing, management, finance, business law, because you need to have an understanding of all areas of the business to be successful. Then your junior and senior years, you will pick an area to emphasize in, and you will take advanced classes in that specific area to earn an emphasis. And there's 4 areas to choose from: accounting, finance, marketing, and management.
Very good, very good. So let's talk about, if you wouldn't mind, let's talk about some of the things that our students have gone on to do after graduating from the business program. What are some of the highlights or a couple of those stories from what our students have gone on to do?
Obviously, business provides numerous opportunities for students to pursue their lifelong goals and dreams. Some of the things that we have seen are certified public accountants, financial analysts, operations managers, advertising executives, marketing directors, HR managers, a variety of things like that. But really, every type of organization has some kind of business component with it. And you could get into for-profit, not-for-profit, any type of environment that you'd be interested in.
That's great. Very good. And how about some of the internship opportunities? I know it's really, here at the college, we certainly lift up our career services with our outstanding job placement rate. And so how about some of the internship opportunities that lead to that?
Right, so we really work on getting our students into internship experiences, and we like to have them, if we can, experience more than one internship experience so that they can find out, maybe they always thought they wanted to work for a really large company. We had one student who really was geared towards getting this internship at a really large company. She got there, she realized that it was a good experience, but it just wasn't for her. And so then she got to try a smaller company, a local company, and she found out that she felt better there. That was a better fit for her. So that's why we think that internship experiences are really important for students to get an idea of what the business world is really like before you graduate and go out and take a full-time job.
That's great. That's great. So why don't you, Rod, would you mind talking a little bit about how the department prepares our students for these internship and jobs after graduation? How is it that you guys prepare our students for that?
Sure. I think we talked about our real world experience, and I think that's a huge component of that. All of us have been there and done that, so to speak. We've been in the real world and we know what employers expect. And we bring that into the classroom. The way I like to explain it is when you're in high school, the teacher tells you, I want a paper. They assign you a paper and they say, it needs to be 5 pages long. You need to have 10 sources, and they give you all these instructions on exactly what it should look like. Fast forward to the real world, the boss says, here's a problem, fix it. They don't give you instructions. They expect you to know how to attack the problem and solve it yourself. So as you go through school at McPherson College, we will transition you from here's lots of instructions and guidance to, in your upper level classes, it's less and less until you get to the senior capstone experience, which is largely case study based. And you or your team is given a business situation, read about it, here's the financials, study it. Now you're the boss, tell me what you're going to do to fix it. And I think because of that process, our graduates hit the ground running so much better than their peers from other schools.
Absolutely. And I know this is the time of year when our students, of course, are preparing to graduate, but in order to do that, right now they're going through that process of doing their senior project or their senior capstone. We do that across the campus, and I know it's not an easy step for our students. It's definitely something that is challenging for them, which is really setting them up for the real world and getting that experience ahead of time. And I've had the pleasure of sitting in on a couple of your capstone projects before, and really have respect for what you guys are having them do and for the students going through that process. So hopefully that over the next week or two, several of those come together and are successful for your department. I know they will be. So that's really good. So how about any, would you mind talking a little bit about some of the travel opportunities that some of our students have had within the department?
Sure. So I take a group of students on a short-term study abroad, and just this past January, we went to Italy and Greece. It was just a 10-day trip, and we find that the short-term study abroad experience really opens it up to a lot more students than schools that require you to do a full semester abroad, because a lot of athletes or students who have jobs just aren't able to travel for that long of a period. So this way, with the short-term study abroad program, you get to experience the world, get a global perspective, but it doesn't cut into your athletic season or a job experience that you're having. So, but we had a great time when we went and visited Italy and Greece, and the students really had a lot of growth from that experience. They were amazed at how much they learned and grew from that experience.
That's great. And I know, right now there's not a lot of travel going on, but we certainly know that at some point that's going to change, and we'll definitely be in the full swing of traveling again.
Right. Yeah, we sure hope to start that up again. Probably not we expect to do it every other year. So we went in January of 2020, so we probably would do another one in January of 2022 is what we're looking at.
Perfect. And how about with the business club? What are some of the opportunities within the business club?
Yeah, we have a very active student-run business club on campus. The students are responsible for doing the fundraising activities for the entire club to pay for the events and things that they're going to do throughout the entire school year. One of those activities is a protocol dinner where we invite local alumni and business leaders to come in and have a multi-course meal with the students where they get to learn etiquette and how to perform in a business meal setting. Then we also take trips, much like the trip that Anne was talking about, but on a smaller scale within the United States. We take a short trip in one semester of the year and a long trip in the other semester. Last year, we went to Miami for our long trip. We got to see a wide variety of organizations and companies there, from an individual that ran his own makerspace where he provided woodworking and pottery materials for people to come in and make their own pieces to sell on their own, all the way up to a company like Carnival Cruise Lines that has thousands of employees and a global operation that they're dealing with there. So we choose somewhere locally to go for the short trip, whether it be Wichita, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, up in Nebraska. And our long trips are usually somewhere quite a bit further than that. It could be down in Texas. We've been to Seattle, Washington, Las Vegas, San Diego, Tennessee, Chicago, and I mentioned Miami already, but really the sky's the limit, and it's up to the students to do the fundraising and put the materials together to encourage the students to participate and find where they want to go on the next trip to learn about all those business opportunities. And we actually have seen some networking opportunities where people have applied for internships or potential jobs in the future based off of those trips that we've taken.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. I know that the business club's a pretty active one on campus. A lot of students are part of that, and I love the opportunities that they have available to them through that. So I think that's a really great thing. So I know that business is a very popular major, and really there's several colleges, almost every college in the United States offers business. So why is it that you would encourage a student to come to McPherson College to study business? I know a lot of the things that you've already said would be encouraging for a student to come here, but what are some of the highlights for you all that you would encourage a student to come to McPherson College for a business degree?
One thing I'd highlight is that we have real world projects that you get to do in the classroom within your classes. The best example from the classes that I teach is an investments class where we learn about stocks and bonds and investing. 6 years ago, I had the idea of having this class actually invest some real money. And so the college trustees entrusted this class with $100,000 of the college's endowment to invest. We did so well the first year. We asked for more money. They gave us another $100,000. And then over the years, we've had a very good return. So that portfolio has grown to over $400,000. Well, with the stock market decline, maybe $350 right now. But and this is real money that the students get to go in, do the analysis, decide where to put it. We're a financial advisor, just like any other advisor the college would enlist. And I tell the students, we have to provide a good return or we'll be fired, just like any other manager. So it's a great experience for them.
That is awesome. That is such a great opportunity for our students. And I know, I don't know if it's been every year, but I know early on in that decision to continue to add more money from the trustees that the return was even greater with your class than on the rest of the investments for the endowment. So that is pretty fantastic that the work that you're doing there. It's really awesome.
Yeah,
What else?
Well, I can speak to my own experience and actually my daughter's experiences when they went to colleges. I went to large universities. I thought that was the thing to do, but I can tell you that I never spoke one-on-one with a professor in my undergraduate or graduate time. And in McPherson College, it's an everyday occurrence. We have one-on-one conversations with our students all the time. And that really helps, again, to place them into internships and even for career placement after graduation, because we know the students, we know where they might be good fits, and we have connections with employers for internships and careers post-graduation that we can really connect them and know that they will be in good hands and that our students will be a good representation of our school.
That's great.
And I guess I would like to just say that all of the elements that we've already spoken about were present when I was a student here at McPherson College, and I'm proud to say that they continue to be now. The relationships that I built with my professors as a student, some of those people are still teaching here today, and that's a lifelong thing. That provides an opportunity to network even further beyond, the business club stuff that we do and things like that. But having those connections with those people on the small scale that Anne was talking about, the one-on-one basis, allows you to find that person when you're seeking opportunities in the future. When you're looking for employment, you might reach back out to people that you connected with at the college, the professors you had, or the other students that you were in school with, and find out what kind of opportunities might be available through avenues that they're aware of that you're not. Just the opportunity to participate in a wide variety of activities. We welcome people from all disciplines throughout the college into our business club, so we don't exclude anyone in the activities that we do. So people are given a very wide perspective. I started my career here as a student with the intention of being an elementary ed teacher. I quickly changed that to graphic design, which then transitioned into marketing, where I stuck and I loved it. My best detour that I ever took as a marketing emphasis was that graphic design time, because that's something that I've used in all of my careers. But to have that passion for teaching as a small child and growing up even through high school and when I entered college, now I'm back into that teaching side of things, and I get to combine the best of both worlds, the teaching that I wanted to do with the marketing that I love. So I'm getting to do all of those things here at one place. And I think those kind of opportunities are present and prevalent for everyone that comes through McPherson College.
That's great. That's great. I just think that you guys provide quite a well-rounded degree for our students, and I know that we've employed some of those in the admissions office and other places around campus, and they're just great students. And I know that comes from the work that you all do to prepare them for life after college. So I really appreciate that. So anything in closing that you might that you want to say, as far as one thing that I always like to ask is, obviously you guys had real world jobs outside of, not that teaching's not a real world job, but outside of the college realm, and yet you choose to be in the classroom and teach. So what is it about teaching? In closing, if you just want to share a little bit about why you like teaching business students, and what is it that you choose, that makes you choose to teach here?
I really enjoy getting to know the students one-on-one. Being an advisor for the people that come through our department is one of my favorite things that I enjoy here. Helping them to not only find the classes that they need to take and the things they need to do here on campus, but as Anne mentioned, getting to know them on a one-on-one basis, getting to know them personally, with their families even, if they're willing to do that, and really find the path for them. So helping them find their way in life is something that we can all be proud of.
That's great.
Yeah, very similarly, it's mentoring. Mentoring is our full-time job, helping these students figure out what they really want to do in life, and then giving them the skills and the path to get there. It's really exciting when you see somebody come in from an internship experience and they loved it. Now they know what they want to do, and they've got the motivation to sprint to the end. That's very, very rewarding for us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I would just agree with all of what Lindsay and Rod said, and it's the relationships with the students that are just so special and so important. And I really feel like, even after my 30 years in business, and I never thought I would be in teaching. It wasn't ever something that was on my radar, but it's the most enjoyable thing that I've ever done, and I think I'm making more of an impact on the future of the business world than I ever did in my individual career. So it's really exciting. It's exciting to see the students grow from freshmen up till when they're seniors, see the changes they've made, and then to see them go out into the world. It's just super exciting.
That's great. That's great. Well, I really appreciate you all spending some time today and giving an idea of what it's like to be a student at McPherson College. I know since we've been in this little bit of a remote world in the last month or so, we've been trying to provide more ways to get our faculty and give students an idea of what the academic side is like at McPherson College. And so hopefully students will have a chance to watch this, and then if they want to have a conversation with you in more detail, we certainly can hook them up with you all to have those conversations. So right now students can do a virtual visit with the counselor, and then after that we try to have them have an appointment with you if they're a business student. So I really appreciate you guys taking the time to visit today and to come in and do the recording. So thank you all and have a great day.
Thank you, Christy.
Thanks.